Hey friends, Terry here, and today we're going to walk through a full and thorough review on this book here that I have in my hand. It is great, From Chaos to Connection, you guys. Let's get into right away this book. So if you are a caretaker, if you are a parent, if you are have children, or if you're thinking about having children, or you are a family member who interacts with children, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, whatever it may be, this is a fantastic, fantastic book. I would also say if you are a counselor, a therapist, or anyone who works with children or a family dynamic, this is going to be a really good book as well for yourself, for your practice, and to also recommend out. So let's get right into this book. So From Chaos to Connection, the title is, and it says, for how parenting with emotional intelligence raises kind, confident, resilient kids. So if you're thinking you're picking up a book and reading a parenting book, like a how-to, you do this, and then your child will do that, that is not going to be this. This is going to be a deep dive into a lot of self-awareness for a parent or the grown-up. It talks a lot about our own self and our own triggers and how we show up to spaces and why and what we can do with it, and how we show up in that space. Let's say we're easily angered over something, it helps to navigate that space with us, and it helps to open up that thought and that question with really good real life application and stories and other tidbits in here. How we show up that space, what we can do about it, and how we show up and present is actually going to affect the child in that moment. So if you have a child who's really overwhelmed, who has lots of tantrums, or who's shut down or closed off, it just goes through the whole gamut of all these different things. I thought that was really helpful. You can see I have a ton of highlighting in here. A ton of highlighting. It also talks about the child's brain, the brain development, but not in a way that it's overly science communicated. It's a very real life application, understandable way. So I just absolutely love that. It gives a lot of good tools as far as just body awareness. So helping to connect the body and the brain and the emotion for the child and for us. So as we're reading through this and we're thinking like, oh, well, this is great for our children, this is all really good for us too, as far as just like self-regulation, our nervous system, body awareness, how we show up, co-regulation. It talks about, like, again, how we show up and how that impacts the child. So this is a very good parenting book, child's book. I don't want to say parenting book. I know it says parenting as far as with emotional intelligence, but it's really if you are in any space with children or someone who works with children, this is just going to be a really good book is to navigate that out. I don't want to give away everything in the book, but I would really say out of all the books that I've read out of there, this is going to be a 10 out of 10 recommend. It talks about like when your child's behavior drives you mad. Again, if you're a caretaker, this is going to be really good. Allowing your children to express their emotions, but done with different boundaries and parameters around it, right? So like it just talks about, again, I know I keep saying like real life application, but this is a deep dive and looking at ourselves, how we show up and how that affects our child, and then looking at our child or the child through that lens, what they're dealing with and how they're interacting in that, charged emotional space. So you guys, I picked this up, and these are one of those books that I did not want to put down. This was a fantastic read. This is a, read again for me. This is a recommend for me as well. So if you're thinking about just kind of broadening your understanding of your own self, your self-awareness, your child's self-awareness, their brain, why they behave, real life applications, gives you some really good acronyms to what to do in different events, like noticing that body awareness, like noticing what's happening, pulling in something that's going to ground you in that moment, then validating, the child's emotion, what they're feeling. This is going to be it. It's really good too if you have any type of child that gets very escalated very quickly or feels misunderstood a lot. So if you have a teenager or a tween or whatever it may be, even toddlers, they just feel really misunderstood or misheard or whatever the case may be, or just gets really emotionally charged, like can go from 0 to 20 like that. This is going to offer some really good practical application as well. I hope you enjoyed today's review. Take care.